They supported me in understanding in those meetings what was required of them, but also what was required of us, because it had to be a partnership to work together in terms of my site team, in terms of my business manager, in terms of our ICT team, because there was lots of work that we had to do to support that, even really simply just being open at weekends when there was load testing and different things like that. So it had to be a partnership to work together, which was brought together through Steve and a lady called Jess. So that was the key thing. We learned an awful lot about their roles, but that task and finish group allowed us to work together and understand what we all needed to do to stay on track.
We heard that it was going to be this time that we've got them in. I thought it was going to be not until like March, Easter. I thought it was going to be a massive job getting them in, getting them trained in, making sure they were all set up, and it was actually done really quickly. Like the site staff that were working worked amazingly, and it was up before you knew it. And I couldn't believe that we were in before Christmas, to be honest. I didn't think that we would be. I was expecting to come back after Christmas and then have to sort of get my head around it, but instead we were there. So when we came back after January, we were ready to go, which is brilliant.
I think it's been a really efficient company, because obviously we kept expecting to just be getting pushed back. And obviously like coming back, well, it was actually just before Christmas we were able to move into them and kind of make them our space. But now that we're actually in them and we've been able to come back after Christmas and that's our space now, I think it's really benefiting us. I really appreciate the work that Portakabin have done to get everything up and running for us as quickly as possible, because it's obviously we've had COVID and then we had RAAC, and so we've had a few hurdles, but we're back on the straight and narrow now, I think.
It surprised me how quickly they put all the modular buildings together. The teams, subcontractor Portakabins were brilliant. It was professional, and everything clicked into place. There was Gantt charts, so we knew the structure and procedures of everything they did. The task and finish meetings were essential. Every week there was a group of us, from the head teacher, the business manager, myself, Steve, with the DFE and other members of Portakabin, and we were bouncing off each other with ideas and compliance, and we needed that support and help together.
So at the early stages of the project, there was regular meetings involving all the key stakeholders within the project, really. Communication was absolutely key, and we brought in our teams from groundworks and projects and all the other wider teams that we have, so that we understood the needs for the project. And also we have classrooms readily available, so stock classrooms, stock buildings, ready basically to deploy when there's an emergency situation like this.